Good morning and welcome to the New York City Council vote of the Committee on Finance. At this time, can everybody please silence your cell phones and no one is to approach the dais. Chair, we are ready to begin.
Thank you, Sergeant. Okay, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's meeting of the Committee on Finance. I'm Councilmember Brannan. I have the honor of serving as chair of this committee. Before we begin, I want to note today's meeting marks my final time chairing the Finance Committee. Over the past 4 years, it has been a privilege to help lead this committee through some of the most consequential and challenging budget years in our city's history. From navigating the uncertainty of the pandemic recovery to fighting to protect essential services to insisting on transparency and fairness and how the city raises and spends our public dollars, this committee has done serious, meaningful work on behalf of all New Yorkers. And none of that happens without an extraordinary team. So I want to take a second to thank the mighty Finance Committee, the Council Central staff, our speaker, our agency partners for their professionalism and expertise and tireless commitment over these past 4 years. Of course, want to thank my colleagues on this committee for their collaboration, their rigor, their shared belief that budgets are not just spreadsheets, but moral documents that reflect our values and our priorities as a city. We have a full and important agenda today with legislation that goes directly to the core of what New Yorkers expect from their government: fairness, accountability, and investment in strong, livable neighborhoods. Today's items address how we manage vacant and distressed properties, how we use and oversee the city's tax lien tools, and how we strengthen transparency so communities are not left in the dark, and how we support affordable housing, small businesses, and local economic growth across our city. Among the bills before us today are legislation to lay the groundwork for a New York City land bank, giving the city better tools to take neglected and tax delinquent properties and put them back to productive use for the public good. We're also voting on a package of tax lien reforms that respond directly to the work of the council's temporary task force, tax lien task force, which measures and prioritize notice, oversight, and accountability, especially for homeowners and condo residents who deserve clarity and fairness when liens are sold. We're also considering legislation that supports transparency in the budget process itself, ensuring deadlines reflect the realities of mayoral election years while preserving the council's ability to do our job thoroughly and responsibly. And finally, we're advancing investments that help keep New Yorkers right where they live, approving affordable housing tax exemptions that will create and preserve homes in communities across the city, modifying the budget to responsibly reflect new revenues, and establishing the Coney Island Business Improvement District to support cleaner streets, safer blocks, and stronger small businesses in one of New York City's most iconic neighborhoods. Taken together, today's agenda reflects the work that this committee has focused on over the past 4 years: protecting taxpayers, strengthening neighborhoods, and making sure city policy works for the people it's supposed to serve. So with that, we'll proceed with today's agenda. Today, the committee will vote on the following items: proposed intro number 570B, sponsored by Councilmember Brewer. It would subject to the approval of the New York State Urban Development Corporation to establish a land bank for New York City with powers under state law relating to the acquisition, warehousing, and transfer of real property to improve local management of vacant, abandoned, tax delinquent, and tax foreclosed properties. I want to invite Councilmember Brewer for remarks on her bill.
Thank you very much. And Chair Brennan, you have done a great job. Even when you're on social media, you know what the hell is going on. And it's impressive. It's very impressive. And thank you for your leadership and all things finance, which is the heart and soul of the City Council. So Intro 570B would establish, as you heard, the New York City Land Bank to help our city address and ameliorate the problems related to vacant, abandoned, and tax delinquent properties. Land banks, which exist in other parts of the state and the country, are empowered to purchase tax liens and to enforce them. Unlike the current tax lien system where properties go to the highest bidder, regardless of intended use, this bill would establish a hierarchical ranking of priorities for the use of real property upon disposal by the land bank. 1, it would be a use that would result in the creation or preservation of affordable housing. 2, a use related to industrial manufacturing or maritime. 3, as a fresh food store. 4, as a public space or place. And 5, as a wildlife conservation area. I know that this administration, particularly my friend, Commissioner of Finance, is concerned that they will lose revenue But to be clear, the prompt resolution of unpaid city taxes and timely collection of city taxes remains essential. And I feel strongly that this bill does not slack on collecting city taxes that are owed. Most importantly is to thank the absolutely amazing Emre Edef and Nick Connell. Emre spent hundreds of hours on this bill and got it right and totally collaborated with the administration and us. And I do want to thank Sam Goldsmith from my office and also Councilmember Sandy Nurse, who helped all of these bills get through. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilmember. Just to note, we've been joined by Councilmembers Brewer, obviously, Lewis, Carr, Powers, Williams, Stevens, Deputy Speaker Ayala, Hudson, Osei, Juan, Salam, Sanchez, Majority Leader Farias, and Majority Whip Brooks Powers. I'm going to read through the rest of these bills, and then members, if they want to make statements, they can do so after, because we got a bunch of stuff here. Proposed Intro 1407A, sponsored by Speaker Adams, would amend Section 11-320 of the Administrative Code, authorizing the Commissioner of Finance to sell tax liens in their discretion through December 31st, 2028. Intro 1411, also sponsored by Councilmember Brewer, would implement a recommendation of the Temporary Task Force on Tax Liens to require the Commissioner of Finance to notify the Board of Managers of a condo if the Commissioner intends to sell a tax lien that encumbers a unit within the condo. Intro 1419A, sponsored by Councilmember Nurse, would implement recommendations of the Temporary Task Force on Tax Liens to require the Commissioner of Finance to submit to the Council and post online an annual report on properties encumbered by tax liens that remain unsatisfied for 36 months or more after being sold, including whether inspections by city agencies resulted in violations. Intro 1420A, also sponsored by Councilmember Nurse, would require the Commissioner of Finance to require purchasers of tax liens to make best efforts to transfer such liens to a city land bank if established upon certain triggering events. Intro 1427, sponsored by me, would establish the Coney Island Business Improvement District. A bill sponsored as well by me would permanently extend the deadline for submission of the PMMR in years following the election of a mayor, consistent with the adoption of the ballot proposal of the Mayor's 2024 Charter Revision Commission, which extends the deadline for submission of the preliminary budget in those years. The bill would also extend other preliminary budget deadlines pertaining to the preparation of the FY27 budget. A preconsidered transparency resolution approving new designations and changes in designations of certain organizations set to receive funding in the expense budget for FY26. A resolution sponsored by me to approve a modification of the city's budget pursuant to Charter Section 107E, approving a new request received from the Director of OMB to appropriate new city revenues in FY26 in the amount of $512.1 million. And finally, 8 preconsidered resolutions, all sponsored by me, approving real property tax exemptions under Article 11 and Article 5 of the Private Housing Finance Law for the following projects' addresses: 129 23rd Street in Councilmember Avila's district, the Tyson Apartments in Councilmember Carr's district, 1619-1702 to 1706 Union Street in Councilmember Hudson's district, Longfellow Hall and BK Cluster Phase 2 in Councilmember Salamanca's district, Settlement Cluster 3 in Councilmember Stevens and Salamanca's district, and finally Malcolm X2 Phase B in Councilmember Salam's district. Before we proceed with statements from my colleagues, I just want to make a brief statement in support of Intro 1427, which would establish the Coney Island Business Improvement District. Coney Island is home to more than 350 businesses and roughly 50,000 residents. It welcomes millions of visitors every year. It's a place known around the world, but it's also a real neighborhood with workers, families, and small business owners who are there year-round, not just in the summer when the weather is nice. For a long time, local merchants, community leaders, and institutions have been asking for a tool that helps match Coney Island's global reputation with everyday investment in the basics: cleaner streets, coordinated public safety, stronger support for our small businesses, and smarter year-round marketing. The bid would do exactly that. The Coney Island bid creates a locally governed framework with dedicated sustainable funding to support enhanced sanitation and beautification campaigns, small business services, and a place-based economic development so that Coney Island looks and feels cared for every day of the year. This effort builds on more than a decade of collaboration led by the Alliance for Coney Island and reflects broad support from small businesses, cultural institutions, and community stakeholders across the board. I want to thank all of them for their persistence and partnership in getting us to this point, and I'm very proud to be here to get this done. Coney Island is the people's playground. The bid is about pride, stability, and making sure this iconic neighborhood continues to thrive for residents, workers, and visitors alike for generations to come. I now want to ask if there are any of my colleagues who have statements regarding any of their bills before we hear testimony. No. Okay. We'll now hear testimony from the Department of Small Business Services on the Coney Island bid, Intro 1427. We're joined by Deputy Commissioner Calvin Brown. I'm now going to turn it over to my committee counsel, Brian Sarfo, to swear in Commissioner Brown.
Good afternoon, Commissioner. Do you swear to tell the truth nothing but the truth before this committee of council members?
I do.
You may begin.
Thank you. Good morning, Chair Brennan and members of the Finance Committee. I'm Calvin T. Brown, the Deputy Commissioner for Neighborhood Development at the Department of Small Business Services. I'm joined by my colleague, Leslie Velasquez, the Director of Bid Development and Legislation. Today, we would like to report on the results of the objection filed with the City Clerk against the establishment of the proposed Coney Island Business Improvement District. As required by law, the Coney Island Steering Committee mailed the summary of the City Council resolution to the following parties: to each owner of real property within the proposed district at the address shown on the latest city assessment roll, to such other persons as are registered to the city to receive tax bills concerning the real property within the district, and to tenants of each building within the proposed district. Furthermore, the Coney Island Bid Steering Committee arranged for the publication of a copy of the summary of the resolution at least once in local newspapers. At the conclusion of the objection period at 5 p.m. on December 12, 2025, and taking into consideration any objections postmarked by that date, we're happy to report that there were no objections that were filed with the City Clerk for properties within the district. The Department of Small Business Services supports the establishment of the proposed Coney Island bid and hope you vote to approve it today. At this time, we'll take any questions.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner. Okay, we'll now hear testimony from any other registered witnesses who wish to testify on any of today's legislation. Okay, seeing none, we will now ask Billy Martin, there you are, the committee clerk, to call the roll.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Mr. Chair, it's been an honor. Thank you for your kind words for the past few years. Here we go. William Martin, committee clerk, roll call vote, Committee on Finance. All items are coupled. Chair Brennan.
I vote aye.
Farias.
I vote aye.
Ayala.
Aye.
Moya. Okay, we'll come back, Councilmember Moya. Powers.
I want to congratulate the chair on a fantastic 8 years here in the City Council and 4 as the chair of the Finance Committee and all your great work.
Thank you. Lewis.
Just want to congratulate Chair Brennan, I and all.
Brewer.
I vote aye, and I just want to say that Emre Adav is a rock star. Thank you.
Hanks. Hudson.
Emra is a rock star and is also my constituent. And congratulations to Chair Brannon for an amazing 4 years running this committee, and I and all.
Osei.
We have had so much fun on this committee over the past 4 years, and I want to thank Chair Brannon for being the leader of that fun. I vote aye on all.
Thank you. Brooks Powers.
I vote aye on all and just want to also thank Councilmember Brannon for an amazing 4 years of excitement on the Committee on Finance.
Sanchez.
I vote aye on all, and I am going to miss my big brother next to us at the dais, but I know that you're going to continue to do incredible things for our city. Love you.
Stevens.
I vote aye on all, and I'm honored that I was able to have a rock star rock the finance committee for the last 4 years, and we're gonna miss you. See you.
Williams.
I vote aye, and the finance chair is aye. You'll be missed.
1.
I vote aye, and thank you, Chair Brannon, for the hundreds of hours that you spent chairing this committee for the last 4 years. Thank you.
Salam.
I vote aye on all, and as I've learned to say in the council, I'd like my aye to be associated with all of the great remarks to our Chair Brannon. Thank you.
Moya. Councilmember Carr.
Thank you. I just want to congratulate the chair on his successful chairmanship of this committee, and in particular his partnership on the Cold War veterans and interest rate reform. Wonderful initiatives we were able to work on together. And I also want to thank all the finance staff for the great work that they do each and every year during budget, off budget. They're a phenomenal team. Thank you for everything. And with that said, I vote no on introductions 570B, 1407A, 1420A, as well as pre-considered resolution 1186, which is the transparency resolution. And I own the rest.
Thank you. All items have been adopted with a vote of 15 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and no abstentions, with the exceptions of introduction 570A, 1407A, 1420A, right, and pre-considered resolution and organizationals have been adopted with 14 in the affirmative, 1 in the negative, no abstentions. Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Billy. All right, for the last time, this committee's adjourned. Thank you, guys.